Hi, I'm Deborah Hamouris. My friends call me DJ, so you'll hear me called that a lot. I'm a mountain dulcimer teacher, teaching out of the Freight and Salvage in Berkeley, California. I've been teaching mountain dulcimer, gosh, I don't know, 20 years or more. I started playing in 1979 and I got my first folk roots dulcimer, Capritoris dulcimer, made in the Santa Cruz Mountains at the Renaissance Fair in Southern California in 1979. I was inspired by Ruth Barrett and Cynthia Smith, who play and sing. They started out playing like lute and duets on the dulcimer. And I loved the folk music. And as a singer, I knew I needed an instrument to accompany myself, to kind of fill it out as a solo singer. I tried guitar. You've probably done this too. Tried guitar. My left hand was not very strong, and it was difficult for me to do that. So when I discovered the dulcimer, where I didn't have to press very hard, it was just, okay, this is what I have to do. When I first got my dulcimer, I remember taking the bus to a local park because I got tired of just playing in my living room on the couch with only the cats. And I sat under a tree at Live Oak Park in North Berkeley and just practiced things. I just really needed to practice things for a long time. I didn't know anything about strumming. I didn't know anything about playing tunes on a dulcimer. All I knew was I had songs to sing and I needed to be able to accompany myself on the dulcimer. So that was great fun. It was a good way to get started with the dulcimer. My first book that I worked out of was Joellen Lapidus on Dulcimer, which is a quirky introduction to the dulcimer, but I recommend it. It's still available and she's still playing in Los Angeles and teaching, I think, at McCabe's Guitars. So I just took the material I was already doing. Lots of folk songs. I learned the songs in her book, which were things that were completely unfamiliar to me. And that was kind of fun too. And since then, I've just played dulcimer the whole time. I went through and got my degree in my 40s, my music degree with a classical voice emphasis. I wish now that I'd taken my dulcimer in and managed to do some kind of music minor with it. It would have been nice to apply all of that information. So if you're looking at doing something like that, don't be afraid to talk to the teachers there and ask them if maybe you could have a couple of classes on your dulcimer, even though they may not know it. Guitarist teachers can teach you a lot about strumming and working with strings. And then I went on to, I did operas and jazz and continued the folk music. My husband and I met at the Renaissance Fair the same year I got my first dulcimer. And we both played dulcimers. It just so happened he played dulcimer, and we now play together as the Dulcimates. But eventually I was looking at the Freight and Salvage, and it turned out that in their new incarnation, which opened in 2009, they had classrooms upstairs. And so I buttonholed the very busy woman who was organizing the open house that day and said, I teach mountain dulcimer. Do you have a mountain dulcimer teacher? And she said, no, I don't. She said, are you any good? I said, well, I have a BA in music and I've been playing since 1979 and there are no mountain dulcimer teachers in this area. And that's absolutely true. I had to be my mountain dulcimer teacher until I found Steve, which makes me very happy to have found him. So I started teaching beginning and dulcimer there, and what my students wanted to learn drove me to learn more, and now I am so drawn to creating my own music, creating my own arrangements of pieces that I've known for years, and performing them and teaching them to my students. So follow your curiosity. That's what I did. And your inspiration. I'm really delighted to be a teacher here on Dulcimer Crossing, and I hope that you enjoy the lesson or perhaps more lessons that I'll be doing here. Have a great day, and don't stop playing.